Good evening, children. Good evening, online students. Rakshita and Danya.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening. Yeah. All right. So today we'll be solving some word problems from quadratic. Just a second, children. Yeah. So today we'll be working on some word problems from this chapter, quadratic equations. All right. This is the first one. An aeroplane left 50 minutes later than its scheduled time. And in order to reach the destination 1250 kilometers away in time, it had to increase its speed by 250 kilometers per hour from its usual speed. Find its usual speed. So see, there is something like usual speed and new speed. Okay, why new speed? Because it started late, so it had to increase its speed. Usual speed is if it starts off at the usual time, then usual speed. But what happened that day? The plane left 50 minutes late, but it had to reach the destination on time. It started late, but it had to reach the destination on time. So it has to increase its speed because it started 50 minutes late. It had to increase its speed. Correct? Okay, so you have something like usual speed and new speed. And it was delayed. It started late by 50 minutes. Okay. And then what's the distance? 1250 kilometers. 1250 kilometers. So supposing it starts at 4 o'clock and reaches at 6. That is with the usual speed. But if it starts at 4:50, 50 minutes late, no, so it starts at 4:50, but it has to reach at 6 o'clock. So it had to increase it. The pilot had to increase the speed of the airplane. All right. It starts at 4, reaches at 6. That is usual speed, usual time. No, on that day it started at 4:50, but it had to reach at 6 o'clock. So the pilot increases the speed. That is the situation here. So he starts at 4:50, but he has to land at 6 o'clock. So he has to increase the speed. So that's the situation here. So from this, what you can understand is the difference in time. The difference in the time taken is 50 minutes. See, like when he goes with the new speed, the the time taken is 50 minutes less. See, like when you compare the times, when you compare the times now, in our example 4 p.m. and 6 p.m. In our example 4 p.m. and 6 p.m. Usual speed, what's the time taken? 2 hours. Now he starts at 4:50 p.m. and still reaches at 6 p.m. So new speed, what's the time taken? 1 hour 10 minutes. 1 hour 10 minutes. What's the difference in the time taken? 50 minutes. If you can say that, then that's it. You can solve the word problem. You should be able to make an equation in words. You should read the situation and you must make an equation in words. That is what it is. Read the question and read the question, understand the situation and make an equation in words. That's it. So see here, I'll tell you again. It starts at, in our example, the plane starts at 4 p.m. and reaches at 6 p.m. This is usual speed and usual time. This is the usual speed, so usual time is 2 hours. Now it's delayed by 50 minutes, meaning it starts 50 minutes late. So it starts at 4:50 p.m. but it has to reach at 6 p.m. So what he does, he increases his speed. Increased speed. He has to increase the speed. Okay. So what's the time taken now? Here, what's the time taken? 1 hour, 10 minutes. 1 hour, 10 minutes. What is the difference in the time taken? 50 minutes. That's already there in the question. The difference in the time taken is 50 minutes. So see here. So you should start from there. Difference in time taken. So you can you first make the let statements. Let the usual speed. Let the usual speed focus. Let the usual speed of the plane. Let the usual speed of the plane be x kilometer per hour. Because we have to find the speed, no? Then let the new speed. Let the new speed. Or you can say therefore the new speed of the plane is equal to x plus 250 kilometers per hour. X plus 2 because it increased. It increases the speed by 250 kilometers per hour. So that's the new speed. Now what is the equation we constructed? Difference in time taken. Difference in time taken is equal to 50 minutes. Is equal to 50 minutes. Now, how do you find time? Time is distance by speed. Time is distance. Time is distance by speed. Just a minute. Yeah. How do we find the time taken? Speed is equal to distance by time. Speed is equal to distance by time. So time is equal to distance by speed. Time is equal to distance by speed. So the difference in time taken is 50 minutes. So how do you express the difference in time taken? Where is the time taken more? With the usual speed or new speed? Usual speed, the time taken is more. Okay. So time taken in or with usual speed minus time taken with new speed is equal to 50 minutes. And you should convert minutes to hours always, because in this question we have speed in kilometers per hour. So the unit of time should be hour everywhere, and the unit of distance must be kilometer everywhere. In this question, 2 units. For time it is hours, and for distance it is kilometers. So minutes, 50 minutes, no? So that should be converted to hours, 50 by 60 hours. All right. So difference in time meaning time taken with the usual speed minus the time taken with the new speed is equal to 50 by 60. Now how to write that? Just think, like, where is the time taken more? Usual speed, right? With the increased speed, the time taken is less. So usual speed, the time taken is 2 hours. New speed, the time taken is less. So more time taken minus less time taken is equal to the difference in time taken. Whenever it is subtraction, you must write the greater one first and then the smaller one. So the time taken with the usual speed is more. The time taken with the new speed is less. It reaches faster. New speed, it reaches faster. Yeah. It reaches faster. All right. So the difference in time taken is 50 minutes or 50 by 60 hours. All right. Now time is distance by speed. Distance by speed. Distance by speed. Now what's the distance? 1,250 kilometers. By speed, what's the usual speed? X minus what's the distance? 1,250 divided by speed x plus 250. Correct? Is equal to 5 by 6. That's all. You constructed the equation. Now we are good to go. Yes or no? Shall we do it again? And yes? Yeah. Understand otherwise? Okay. Since we're just starting with the word problems, I'll just tell you once again, children, the same thing. I'll repeat. All right, children. So let the usual speed be, x kilometer per hour. New speed will be, new speed is increased speed. So it will be x plus 250 kilometers per hour. Okay. Now, we know that the difference in time taken is 50 minutes. The difference in time taken is equal to 50 minutes. 50 minutes. Now we need to express this difference in time taken. Where is the time taken more? With the usual speed. So that means you should write more and then less. More time taken minus less time taken is the difference in time taken. So time taken with usual speed minus time taken with increased speed or new speed, correct? Because here the time is more. Here the time taken is less, is equal to 50 by 60. 0 gets cancelled, so 5 by 6. Now, how do you express time? Distance by speed. Distance is 1250. Speed is x, because usual speed, minus 1250 by new speed, x plus 250, is equal to 5 by 6. All right? Got this, children? Please understand, you can like have a look at the slide, understand and then work out, or as you're working, please understand and work. It's not just copying, please. Late again today. Why? You have some other class before this? Where? When does it finish? Okay, relax. Relax, relax. Use the recording for the first few minutes. Sit down. No, actually don't go. It's just dripping from there. Yeah. Maybe I'll just turn off this side. You can try to shift that side. All of you. Sorry? No, that has a different outlet, I think. It's dripping from this point. That has a different outlet. No. This one goes like this. They're two different outlets. Yeah, if it's warm here, you can shift that side. All of you can shift that side. Completed this one, online students?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
No, ma'am.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so I'm not going to talk about this equation again. Okay, so after this, you should always take out what if there's something common, you must always bring out the common factor. Please listen to me. So 1250 is common. 1250 is common, bring it out. And then in the bracket, you will have 1 by x minus 1 by x plus 250 is equal to 5 by 6, correct? Is equal to 5 by 6, right? Okay. Then LCM, x into x plus 250, common denominator. And then you know how the numerator happens. Then x and minus x gets cancelled. And you have 1250 into this gets cancelled. So 250 by x into x square and 250x is equal to 5 by 6. Now cross multiply. Well, let me see what I have done here. Yeah. So what I've done is I've retained the numbers. I've retained all the numbers. See here, this number, and this one I've cross multiplied. I've taken it here. So it's here. This fraction 5 by 6, I've transposed it. See here. This one I cross multiply. I take it to the RHS. And you can see it here. Okay. Then what is left on the left hand side? This one is left on the left hand side. This one is also there on the left hand side. This one is gone here. Now this 5 by 6 from the RHS, I'm getting it to the LHS. So it becomes 6 by 5. So it's like I'm gathering all the numbers on one side. And I've taken the expression x squared plus 250x to the other side. Now simplify. When you cancel this, you simplify this. And then whatever answer I got here, I've transposed. And that's how I got the equation x squared plus 250x minus this number is equal to 0. Understood? When you simplify here, you get this number. And when you transpose it, you get minus 37500. On simplifying this, you get 37500. And when you bring this to this side, it will become minus 37500 is equal to 0. Now, it's a quadratic equation in x. It's a quadratic equation in x. And you can solve it by splitting the middle term. But it will take some amount of time to find the two factors. So now that we know the quadratic formula, You can solve by factorizing also. You can solve by splitting the middle term. That's your choice. How you are going to solve the quadratic equation is your choice. But you will always choose the one which takes less time, right? If you think you can find the factors, you can solve by splitting the middle term. If you think you can find the factors easily, you can solve this by splitting the middle term. I have used the quadratic formula. So to use the quadratic formula, you need the values of A, B, and C. Then put it in the first. So and then I always find the discriminant separately. I always find the discriminant separately. See, after writing the values of A, B, and C, I'll always find D. Okay. Now x is equal to minus b plus or minus root d by 2a, correct? Then put it in the formula. Do you know how to find the square root of a number? We'll recall that from 8th standard. We'll see that. And the square root of this number is 1250. And then plus minus. So we have two values, 500 and minus 750. But x cannot be minus 750 because speed cannot be negative. X is the speed and speed cannot be negative. So therefore, the speed is 500 kilometers per hour. All right. Yeah. If you have not finished, please finish it. And we'll see how to find the square root of the number there. 1,56,250. Online students?
Yes, ma'am.
Any questions, children?
No, ma'am. No doubts, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Okay. Done writing, all of you? Okay. Now let's see how to. I'll share the picture, Krishna. You can complete it later. So now let's recall how to find the square root of a given number. Okay. So what's the first step in finding the square root? You need to group the digits in pairs from behind. Group the digits in pairs from behind. So 0, 0 makes a pair, 25 makes a pair, 56 makes a pair, 1 stands alone. Do not group like this, 1, 5, 6, 2, 5, 00. Do not group like this, not like this. 15, 62, 50, not like that. Group it like this, 0, 0, 25, 56, 1 stands alone. In this direction, you must group. 1 stands alone. Now, 1, 1's a 1. You need to use only, see, you have to start like 1, 1 is 1, or 2, 2's are 4, 3, 3's are 6. Sorry, 3, 3's are 9, 4, 4's are 16, and so on. There's 1 here. So 1, 1's a 1. 0 is a remainder. Bring the next pair down. Bring the next pair down. Double the quotient. Double the quotient meaning multiply by 2. Double the quotient. 1 into 2, 2. Write it here. Now, whatever digit you place here, you must place the same digit here. Whatever digit you place here, you must place the same digit here. And what is it? 56. You must try to get 56 as the product or a number just less than 56. Yes, you must try to get 56 or a number just less than 56. So let's try now. So supposing 3 here. You must place 3 here also. And what will be the product? 23 into 3, not 13. 23 into 3, not 23 into 13. 23 into 3. So let's check 23 into 3. 23 into 3 is 69. Oh, it's more than 56. So let's try 2. Let's try to add 2 here. So if you add 2 here, you cannot add 3 here. If you add 2 here, it's the same 2 here also. So then it is 22 into 2. Let's try 22 into 2. So it's 44. You have to use 44. Because 23 into 3 is 69. It's more than 56. So it's 22 into 2. 22 into 2, which is 44. Subtract. Bring the next pair down. Bring the next pair down. Double the quotient. 12 into 2, 24. Double the quotient. Now the quotient is 12. The quotient is 12. Take the full thing, 12. Double it, 24. That is 12 into 2, 24. Whatever digit you place here, you must place the same digit here also. And the number is 1225. So you must get a product equal to 1225 or just less than 1225. So let's try, like if you try 5 here, you should put 5 here also. So it's like 245 into 5. Or if you put 4 here, 4 here. So it will be 244 into 4. Let's just try 5. 245 into 5. So 245 into 5. Okay. 25, 2 carried over. 22, 2 carried over. 12, 1225. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Okay. So 245 into 5 is 1225. Okay. Remainder is 0. Bring the next pair down. Bring the next pair down. Double the quotient. Double the quotient. 250. 125 into 2. 250. Whatever you add here, you must add the same thing here. So you're going to add 0 here and 0 here also, because 2500 into 0 is 0. Because you cannot add even 1. So it is, you'll have to add 0 here and 0 here. So it is 2500 into 0, which is 0. And the remainder is 0. So the square root of the number is 1250. And that's what we have here. All right. Okay. Yeah. The next question is the time taken by a person to cover 150 kilometers was 2.5 hours more than the time taken in the return journey. The time taken by a person to cover 150 kilometers, so distance is 150 kilometers, was 2.5 hours more than the time taken in the return journey. If he returned at a speed of 10 kilometers per hour, more than the speed of going, what was the speed per hour in each direction? So it's like so imagine two places A and B. A and B. Distance is 150 kilometers. So the person starts from here and he reaches B. Okay, this is the speed of going, and this is the speed of returning. He comes back to A. So that's the speed of returning. So he travels from A to B at some speed, X kilometers per hour. Okay. But in the return, meaning on the return journey, he increases his speed. If he returned at a speed of 10 kilometers per hour, more than the speed of going. So his speed while returning is X plus 10 kilometers per hour. Speed of going, speed of returning. Going speed is X. Returning, he thinks he's late, so he's increasing the speed. So returning speed is X plus 10 kilometers per hour. So then there'll be a difference in time taken, no? Supposing you go and come back in the same time, you go with a particular speed, you return with the same speed. So same time you'll take. You'll go 2 hours, you'll return in 2 hours. So same time. There's no difference in time taken. The distance is fixed. If you fix your speed, going speed, returning speed, both are the same. Then the time taken is also the same. Then the difference in time taken is 0. Because going also you take 2 hours, returning also you take 2 hours because same speed you did. So the difference in time is 0. But if the going speed is less and the returning speed is more, then there's a difference in time taken, right? Yes or no? There's a difference in time taken. Where will he take more time? Going or returning? Going, he'll take more time. Why? Because speed is less. Going, he'll take more time because the speed is less. Returning, he'll take less time because the speed is more. You know, speed and time are inversely proportional. Speed and time are inversely proportional. Less speed, more time. More speed, less time. Okay, we'll do it again. So we'll say points A and B. The distance between them is 150 kilometers. So this person walks from A, meaning he goes from A to B at a speed of X kilometers per hour. This is the speed of going. The speed of returning is 10 kilometers per hour more is given in the question. Is 10 kilometers per hour more. If he returned at a speed of 10 kilometers per hour more than the speed of going. So the returning speed. Yeah. So the I'm sorry, the speed taken while returning is x plus 10 kilometers per hour. X plus 10. Now, when the speed is more here, time taken is less. The time taken is more here. Here speed is less, so time is more. Here speed is more, so time is less. Where speed is less, time will be more. Where speed is more, the time will be less. Okay. Now, what is the difference in time taken given in the question? What is the difference in time taken? 2.5 hours. The difference in time taken is 2.5 hours. The difference in the time taken is 2.5 hours. Okay. So, wherever you take more time taken minus less time taken is equal to 2.5. No, you have the answer in detail here. I'm just constructing the equation for you. The difference in the time taken is 2.5 hours. The difference in the time taken is 2.5 hours. How do you still work on that? Difference is some time taken minus time taken. So more time taken minus less time taken is equal to 2.5. Where does he take more time? Where the speed is less. Where does he take more time? Where the speed is less. And how will he find time? Distance by speed. Distance by speed. Okay, what is the distance? 150 kilometers. By speed, more time, so less speed. So x minus, again, distance by speed, 150 by less time. So more speed it is, x plus 10 is equal to 2.5 or 25 by 10. This is already in hours. So you don't have to convert, meaning earlier it was in minutes, 50 minutes. So we converted that to hours. This is already in hours. So you can maybe write 2.5 as 25 by 10. All right, do it. Please work, children. Rashmi, have finished any exam at school so far? No. Class test? No, not that. No, regular school I'm asking. Meaning, not that ETOs. No, yeah. No. Math? So far, any other exam completed? Okay. Portions? Polynomials and probability and okay, once you finish the exam, share your question paper, okay, on Monday. And Sashank, you also finished maths, you said, right? Yeah, share your paper. Once you go home, share your paper. You also share the paper. Not finished. One?
Yes.
Oh, questions? Everything. Pradit, have you finished any exam in school so far? No. Florentina?
No, ma'am. I had an exam before the holidays.
Yeah, can you just share that question paper with me on WhatsApp after the class?
Ma'am, I already shared it and I also asked you some doubts in the session.
Yeah, correct. No, I clarified your doubts or no?
Yes, ma'am, I clarified. I asked you in private, ma'am.
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah, I remember. But the question paper, I don't think I have. Can you just resend that, Florentina?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. And Arjun Raghavi. Yeah, same as, yeah. Danya?
Yes, ma'am, I had an exam.
Yeah, please
Yesterday.
share the question paper. Okay, please
Yes.
share the question paper on WhatsApp after the class. Yeah, thank you. Done, all of you? Finish writing, online students?
Just a minute.
Okay. Your children, finish? Done, children? Yeah. So onward is what? Going, okay? And this is return. So I've worked everything separately. I think it's clear, no? X and return journey, he is increasing the speed, so X plus 10. While going it is X, while returning, he increases the speed by 10 kilometers per hour, so X plus 10 kilometers per hour. Distance is 150 in both the cases. And the time taken, you'll have to calculate. Using the speed and distance, you should find the time. Using the distance and speed, this is the distance, this is speed. You must find the time taken. How do you find time taken? Distance by speed. Time taken is distance by speed. So 150 by x. And time is expressed in hours. Then again, we have distance and speed. So the time taken will be distance by speed. We have to find this. We're not writing this. We're not writing this directly. We're using the formula distance by speed. Distance is 150 and speed is x plus 10. Now we know that the difference in time taken is 2.5 hours. So how do you write the difference in time taken? Where you take more time minus where you take less time. is equal to 2.5. So where will you take more time where the speed is less? More time meaning speed should be less. When speed is less, time is more. They're inversely proportional. More time. So speed should be less. And where is the speed less? This here. Here the speed is less. So this is where the speed is less, the time is more. When compared to this speed and this speed is less. So the corresponding time taken will be more. Here the speed is more. So the corresponding time taken is less. So that's so we understand that since the speed is less here, this time taken is more. So more time taken is onward and less time taken is return is equal to 2.5. Then substitute 150 common, same way I've worked. I normally work everything in the same way so that we get used to one way of working. So same thing LCM, and then I gathered all the numbers on one side and I pushed this one. Here I brought this 5/2 to this side, so 2/5. Here minus x and plus x gets cancelled. So like this we get a quadratic equation. And here also you can use the quadratic formula. But if you can find the numbers to split the middle term, you can split the middle term. Or you can use a quadratic formula. And you get minus 30, 20. Minus 30 is not possible because speed cannot be negative. So 20. So onward journey 20 and return journey is 20 plus 10, 30 kilometers per hour. The sum of the ages of the father and son is 45 years. Five years ago, the product of their ages was 124. Find their present ages. So father's age plus the son's age is equal to 45, correct? So if you call the son's age as x, then father's age plus x is equal to 45. So father's age will be what? 45 minus x. See, it is given that the father's age plus the son's age is equal to 45. You call anybody as x. Father is x or son is x, whatever. So supposing you call son as x, then what will be the father's age? Father's age will be 45 minus x. 45 minus x. So what is the son's age? X. What's the father's age? 45 minus x. Now, 5 years ago, that means 5 years ago, son would have been x minus 5. And 5 years ago, father would have been 45 minus x minus 5. So that means 40 minus x. 45 minus 5 is 40 minus x. So this was the son's age 5 years ago. This was the father's age 5 years ago. And it's very clear that the product is 124. So x minus 5 into 40 minus x. Why multiplication? Because product, the product of their ages. So when you multiply their ages 5 years ago, the product is 124. So this is the equation. Solve and find the values of x, value of x, and hence find the father's age and the son's age. Got this? See, here I've taken the father's age as x. Anything can be x, children. So sorry. Yeah. Yeah. First column or second column? First column, which step? 40. Oh, how the step? Huh? Okay, 1 minute. I think you're asking me this last step. How I got the step, correct? Yeah. So how do we multiply 40? How do you multiply 40 minus x into x minus 5? How do we multiply this? 40 with the second bracket x minus 5 and then minus x with the second bracket x minus 5. So that's how we multiply. 40 minus x into x minus 5. 40 multiplied by the second bracket minus x multiplied by the second bracket. Now, this is what we always do. Like, see here, going down to 8th standard, we would have multiplied, no? Find the product. Sorry? Yeah, it is multiplying a binomial with a binomial. What is that other multiplication you know? Tell me. Yeah, that's what even I have done. No, there's only method. I don't think there's any other method. So multiply the first term. Multiply the first term. First term 40 with the second bracket x minus 5. Then the second term minus x with the second bracket x minus 5. Done, children? 36 and 9. If you take 36, if you take x as 36, if you take x as 36, sorry, not 36. No, I was saying if you take x as 9, if you take x as 9, then what will be? If it, that means the father's age is 9, and then what will be the son's age? 45 minus 9, 36. That's not possible. That's not possible. See, here both the values are positive. Here both the values, sorry, here both the values of x are positive. So you can go ahead with both the values. But when you substitute, x is 36, meaning the father's age is 36. And then the son's age will be 45 minus 36, 9. That's practical. But if you take x as 9, if you take x as 9, that means the father's age is 9 and the son's age is 45 minus 9, which is 36. And that's not possible. So we ignore this. So we ignore this x is equal to 9. That's ignored. Oh, sorry, we ignored what? Yeah, x is equal to 9. And we go ahead with 36. Louder. That's on the son's age, father's age. We have assumed x is the father's age. No, always you'll get answers like how you'll get the answers is like no. Here we have taken the father's age as x. You got 36. The other number 9, you will that will be the answer if you have taken son's age as x. You will always get the answer like that. The other answer 9, you will take that 9. You will go ahead with 9 if you have taken son's age as x. 36 and 9. We have taken x as the father's age. So x is 36. So 9 we are leaving. If you have taken the son's age as x, then you will go with 9. You will leave 36. You will get 36, 9 only there also. Is that your question? Yeah. Online students, any questions?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, ma'am.
So yeah. So here I've split the middle term. So again, what is this equation? X squared minus 45x. X squared minus 45x plus 324. Okay, is equal to 0. Let's recall how we have, let's recall how to factorize this by splitting the middle term. So what is the sum? Minus 45. Product is 324. So now we have to find the prime factors of the product. So 2, 1, 6, 2, 2, 81, 3. You should use only prime numbers. Use only prime numbers. Don't use 4 and all that. So 3, 27 times. 3. So now don't use 9 here. 3 9s are. 3 3s are. 3 1s are. So you can write the product 324 as, you can write the product 324 as 2 into 2 into 3 into 3 into 3 into 3 into, you can just write that 1 also if you want. 1 is not a prime number. You can, okay, fine. Let me tell you later. This is how we express 324, right? Now you must use all these numbers and make 2 numbers. You must use all these numbers and make 2 numbers that satisfy the sum and the product. Initially, ignore the signs. We'll fix the signs later. So now we'll have to make 2 numbers. Now, supposing I do 2 2s are 4. And what is this one? 81. Okay, suppose I make the numbers 4 and 81. You should use all these factors. You should not miss even one. Should use all the factors and make only 2 numbers. You multiply however you want. You can also multiply from here to here also. There's no order and all that. It's not that you should multiply in the order. Nothing like that. You simply use all the numbers and make 2 numbers. Now with 81 and 4, when you add, you will get 85. When you subtract, you will get 77. I said for now, don't take the signs. Simply add and subtract. What you get, you will either get 85 or 77. But what is the sum? 45. So this is not possible. 4 and 81 cannot be the numbers. So then let's try this one. 2 2s are 4, 4 3s are 12. 12 and 27. 12 and 27. Add the numbers. What do you get? 39. When you subtract, what do you get? 15. No, not possible. Because we need 45. We need 45. Correct? So this is not possible. So different combination. Different combinations. So maybe maybe like 2 to the 2 into 3, 6, 6 3s are 18, and 18 3s are 56. Correct? 18 3s are 56. And what is this? 3 2s are 6. So like this, and what do you get? You get 62. When you subtract, you get 50. So like this, you should keep making combinations, and then you should hit those two numbers, which will satisfy the sum and product. Once you get the two numbers, and if you add and subtract, if you get, add or subtract and get 45, then you should fix the signs. So what are the two numbers? The two numbers are 36 and 9. So how did we? 36 and 9. So 36, yeah, and 9. So it's not that we have to do it in the order, children. Any order, you group the numbers in, you make two groups. Multiply the numbers in the two groups and get the two numbers. So like this, you get what? 9 for the 36 and 9. Now 36 and 9. When you subtract, what do you get? 27. When you add, you get 45. Yeah, we got it. So these are the two numbers. These are the two numbers. So required numbers are 36 and 9. Now fix the signs. Now fix the signs. You need to get a minus 45. So you have to fix minus to both. You have to fix if you fix 1 plus and 1 minus, you subtract and you get 27. If you fix if you do this, then you will get 27. You will get plus 27. You need to get 45. So both should have the same signs. Either both should be plus or both should be minus. Only then you'll get 45. So fix minus, both minus. So minus 36, minus 9. When they have the same signs, you can add. You should add and get 45. So fix the same signs. Either put both plus or both minus. Both plus will not work because when you take plus 36 and plus 9, you'll get plus 45. But it's minus 45. So you should work all that and fix the signs. So it's minus 36 and minus 9. These are the two. Product will be satisfied. You don't have to multiply. Products will be satisfied because they are the factors of 324. Because those numbers were the factors of 324. So you don't have to check that. You should use all the factors. The product will be 324. Only the sum you should check. So minus 36 minus 9 will be plus 324. And that's what I did here, splitting the middle term. You should do that in the rough work. I don't know if you can guess it. This is the procedure. This is the procedure. Write out the sum, write out the product, take the product, find the prime factors of the product, and express the product as express that number 324 as a product of its prime factors. So 324 is equal to all this. Then use all these numbers and make two groups. And get the two numbers, multiply and get the two numbers, and just add and subtract the two numbers. See to that you get the sum. Either by adding or subtracting, you must get the sum. So wherever it happens, you should go with that pair of numbers. Okay. A sailor can go 8 kilometers downstream and return to the original position. That means he goes down 8 kilometers and he comes up also. Meaning he goes 8 kilometers and he returns 8 kilometers. A sailor can go 8 kilometers downstream and return. So he goes 8 kilometers, he returns 8 kilometers to the original position in 1 hour 40 minutes. If the speed of the stream is 2 kilometers per hour, find the speed of the boat in still water. So we have seen a similar question in linear equations. Okay. So we'll assume the speed of the boat, in still water, the speed of the boat in still water as x kilometers per hour. Then what will be the speed upstream and downstream? Speed upstream, speed downstream. Speed upstream will be x minus 2 and speed downstream will be x plus 2 because speed upstream will be speed of the boat minus the speed of the water. Speed of the boat minus speed of the water. Downstream will be speed of the boat plus the speed of the water. Because downstream means going in the same direction as that of the flowing water. Upstream meaning the water flows in one direction, but you are rowing your boat in the opposite direction. So there is that resistance, no? Water is flowing with some speed and you are rowing your boat in the opposite direction. So you're opposing its force. So your net speed will reduce. You are trying to row at 10 kilometers per hour. You are trying to row the boat at 10 kilometers per hour, but the water is flowing in the opposite direction at 2 kilometers per hour. So even if you are rowing, you're trying to row at 10 kilometers per hour, your net speed is 10 minus 2, 8 kilometers per hour. Upstream is rowing the boat in the direction opposite to that of the flowing water. Downstream is rowing the boat in the direction as that of the flowing water. So water flows in this direction and your boat is also moving in this direction. So then speed downstream, this is downstream. Boat speed is x, water speed is 2. So x plus 2, it's pushing you, it's helping you row faster. But suppose water is flowing in this direction, but your boat is going in this direction. Boat speed is x, but water speed is 2. You're fighting, you're opposing. So the net speed will reduce. So the net speed will be x minus 2. Downstream is add, upstream subtract because downstream is same direction. Upstream is opposite directions. Okay. So the speed upstream will be speed of the boat x minus the speed of the water 2. Speed of the stream means water. Downstream will be x plus 2. That's all. So these are the assumptions. Now what is the equation? He goes 8 kilometers downstream and returns in 1 hour 40 minutes. That means the total time taken is equal to 1 hour 40 minutes. Okay, that means time taken to go 8 kilometers downstream plus time taken to return 8 kilometers upstream is equal to 1 hour 40 minutes. How do you convert 1 hour 40 minutes to hours? I told you 140 by 60. Write it like this. 1 hour, right? 1 hour as 1. 40 minutes, no, write it as 40 by 60. 1 is 1. Right? 40 minutes as 40 by 60. Now it's converted to hours. Now how will we find? So that's the total time. To go 8 kilometers downstream and to return 8 kilometers upstream, he takes totally 1 hour 40 minutes. That means you should add. It's not the difference in time taken. The time taken to go and return total. So you should add. Now how will you find time? Distance by speed. How will you find time? Distance by speed. What is the distance? 8 kilometers. By what's the speed downstream? X plus 2 plus time. Distance by speed. Distance 8 by speed upstream x minus 2 is equal to, how do you simplify this? 40 by 60. 0 and 0 gets cancelled. 4, 2 2s are 2 3s are. It's 1 2 by 3 or it will be 5 by 3. is equal to 5 by 3. So I said 1 hour 40 minutes. You should write 1 hour 40 minutes as 40 by 60. Then cancel the zeros. Then that is 1 4 by 6 or 1 2 by 3. Mixed fraction 5 by 3. Solve it. Work, children. Yeah. Finished? Online students? Done working?
Just a minute.
Okay. All right. Done? Online students, finish working?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So if the water is flowing in this direction and you row your boat in the same direction, then you're going upstream or downstream? Downstream. Water flows in a particular direction and you row your boat in the same direction. That means you're going downstream. The speed of the boat is x in still water. The speed of the boat in still water is x. The speed of the water is 5. So the net speed will be x plus 5. So the speed downstream will be speed of the boat plus the speed of the water. Now, the other case where the water flows in this direction, but you row your boat in the opposite direction. That is going upstream. Upstream. Okay. So not to be mistaken, don't think it's a waterfall or something. The boat cannot go up like that. It's not a waterfall or something that you're going upstream. It's not like it's not like that. So rowing the boat in the direction opposite to that of the flowing water. So the speed of the boat in still water is x. Water is flowing the opposite direction, 5 kilometers per hour. So the net speed will decrease, x minus 5. X minus 5 will be the speed upstream, correct? And what's the formula to find time? Time is distance by speed. Time is distance by speed. And when you have 1 hour, 40 minutes, see, this is not shortcut, but this also works. Like you can write 140 by 60 mixed fraction. Supposing children, okay, let me tell you this one. Supposing it is 4 hours and 40 minutes. Okay, so it'll be 440 by 60. You cannot cancel this 4 and 60. See, it is 4 hours. Don't disturb this 4. You can only cancel within this fraction. You cannot cancel in the mixed fraction. Always in mixed fraction, you can cancel only here. You cannot cancel these two numbers or these two numbers. 440 by 60 is a mixed fraction. All right. This one you can cancel. This fraction you can simplify. You should not disturb the whole number part. This 4 should not be disturbed. Or if you feel like, why like this, then you do the regular conversion, like 1 hour 40 minutes, 1 hour 40 minutes. That means 1 hour plus 40 minutes is 40 by 60 hours, correct? 1 hour 40 minutes means this is what we did when we were in 6th standard, 5th and 6th standard. Converting 1 hour 40 minutes. So next step, our teacher told, right, 1 hour plus 40 minutes. Then she said, if you want to convert to hours, write 1 hour because it's already in hours. It's already in hours. So why? So 1 hour plus you want to convert 40 minutes to hours. No. So write 40 by 60. Now it's converted to hours. Then she said, write 1 hour as it is plus simplify here. So it becomes 2 and 3. Correct? 1 hour. So 1 hour plus 2 by 3 hours. Now they have the same unit. You can add 1 hour and 2 by 3 hours. They have the same unit. So you can add them. So it is 1 plus 2 by 3. 1 hour and 2 by 3 hours. So they have the same unit. So you can add them 1 plus 2 by 3. And what is 1 plus 2 by 3? 1 plus 2 by 3, you should take the LCM. 3 is the common denominator. So it will be 3 plus 2. Correct? 3 plus 2. 5 by 3. 5 by 3. And that's what we got here also. So this takes a long time, no? If you want to be very sincere and follow what the teacher told you in 6th standard, it's going to take a long time. So just use a shortcut, that's all. So 1 hour, 40 minutes. So write it as 40 by 60, like a mixed fraction. Then cancel this and this, make this 2 by 3. So 1, 2 by 3, which is nothing but 5 by 3. In less time, you can get this. All right. Yeah. The diagonal of a rectangular field. The diagonal, listen to this, very important. The diagonal of a rectangular field is 60 meters. Diagonal is 60 meters more than the shorter side. See here, everything is there. Diagonal. I'll just take out all this not needed things. Okay, diagonal is, yeah. So diagonal is 60 meters more than the shorter side. Okay, and longer side is 30 meters more than the shorter side. Okay, so let's write this. Diagonal D is means equal to. Are you all looking at the board? Diagonal means D. Is can you see is here? Is means equal to 60 meters to 60 meters more than the shorter side. 60 meters more than the shorter side. So shorter side plus 60. What we read in English, no, we're just trying to shorten it and write it as a mathematical equation. What you read there, just shorten it and write it as a mathematical equation. Use some letters and the plus minus symbols and make it short so that it's easy to understand. See, I'll write it again. Diagonal is 60 meters more than the shorter side. Then the next one is if the longer side is 30 meters more than the shorter side. Understood? Find the sides of the field. Now remember, you can call anybody as X. You call anybody as X. Anybody can be X. Now you need to find three things. Diagonal, longer side, shorter side. In this question, there are three characters. In this question, longer side, shorter side, diagonal. Everything you must have in X. Somebody will be X. The other two will be in terms of X. They'll be like X plus 40, X minus 30, something like that. But everything should be in X. You call anybody as X. And the remaining two you should find in X. So there are three people here. Diagonal, longer side, shorter side. Call somebody as X and find the other two in terms of X. Okay? Okay. So supposing I call the diagonal, supposing I call the diagonal as X. Supposing, let the diagonal be X. I hope all of you are listening, online students. Listening or you started working? Okay. So supposing you call the long, what did I say? Diagonal is X. Let the diagonal be X meters. Let the diagonal be X meters. So what do you get here? X is equal to shorter side plus 60. So we call the diagonal as X. We call the diagonal as X. Now you should fill for the shorter side and longer side. Diagonal you got X. Now you should write shorter side and longer side. In X you should write. Now find that. So X, diagonal is X is equal to shorter side plus 60. So the shorter side will be X minus 60. Can you see that when you transpose? Shorter side will be X minus 60 when you transpose. Yes or no? So shorter side we got X minus 60. We got it. We got it. Now we should find the longer side. So come here. Come to this equation. Longer side, we have to find the longer side is equal to, what is the shorter side? X minus 60. So X minus 60 plus 30. Longer side is equal to X minus 30. So longer side is X minus 30. So like this, you should get expressions in X for all the three. You can call anybody as X. You will get, you should substitute in the correct places and find the others in terms of X. Now coming to the equation, draw a rectangle. This is the diagonal. The diagonal is X. The shorter side is X minus 60. The longer side is X minus 30. Now for the equation, use Pythagoras theorem and construct it, solve and find the value of X. For the equation, there is nothing given here. There is no information. Normally there is some information given to construct the equation also. Normally for assumption, you will have some information. For equation also, you will have some information. Here, nothing is given for equation because the default equation, how do you connect these three? How do you connect these three? Right triangle, Pythagoras theorem. So do that. Quadratic equation, solve and find the value of X. So when you are practicing, see, I have taken the shorter side as X here. When you practice, you take the longer side as X, you take the diagonal as X. You will get different equations. And for X also, you will get different values because X is different in your cases. X is the shorter side, X is the longer side, X is the diagonal. So you cannot get the same value for X in all the cases. Because X sometimes represents shorter side. In some case, there is a longer side. Sometimes it's a diagonal. So then how will you get the same value for X? X value will be different. But the values of the shorter, longer, and diagonal sides will be the same. X might differ, but the final answer, shorter side, longer side, diagonal, that will be the same. All right? Yeah, please work. Sorry. In this step, oh, yeah. When you're working, you show all the steps. Yes. Diagonal is equal to root of L square plus B square. Yes, that's also Pythagoras theorem. It's the same thing. You can use it. See, Diagonal is equal to root of L square plus B square. Just square on both the sides. Diagonal square is equal to L square plus B square. It's the same thing. Should I help you, Rashmi? Some step you don't understand? Okay. See, if we can't split the middle term, use the quadratic formula. If you're like wondering how to get 90 and 30, if it was 8th standard, no, you have to do that, splitting the middle term. Now you can use a quadratic formula. How do you use the formula? Find D. What is D? B square minus 4AC. See, when it is easy to find the factors, no quadratic formula will take a longer time. When it's difficult to find the factors, then quadratic formula will be useful. When you can find the factors easily, then don't use quadratic formula. That will take a longer time to work. But if you're finding it difficult to find the factors, use a quadratic formula. So B square minus 4AC. So B square is minus 60 the whole square, 3600 minus 4 into A into C, 4 into 1 into minus 2700. 3600 minus 4 into 1 into minus 2700. That will be 3600 plus 27, 54, 108, 00. Then add this. No, I don't want to work this now. Then you substitute in the formula. Then you need to find the square root of that number under the square root. Yeah, so use a quadratic formula. That is just numerical, no? So there you will not have any problem, except that you should know how to find the square root. So using the quadratic formula, you should know how to find the square root. You will get the same answer. There also you will get x is equal to minus 30 or 90. So all these experiments you should do at home. You should do at home. All this you should do at home. You must use a quadratic formula, then you will struggle to find the square root. You should learn how to find the square root. Without anything, if you go to the exam, all the mistakes you will make in the exam. Then in spite of attending classes like this, you will not be benefiting yourself. You will not be helping yourself to be benefited. You need to practice. For my 10th standard board exam, I remember I came back from school at about 2:30. Started not, no, I came back and then I did the refreshing and all that. I started at 2:30. I went all the way till 2 a.m. the next day. And I finished revising both the volumes. That because I had practiced so much during the like school days. So I was able to complete the revision. I went through everything I wanted. 2 a.m. I started, I finished. And that quick revision is possible only if you've been practicing regularly during the regular days. Otherwise, it's difficult. Just before the exam, you cannot do anything. Okay. So what is that we understood? Sometimes information is given only to assume. Okay, before that, when you read a question, you must identify how many characters are there in the question. So in one earlier sum, we saw father and son. So 2 characters there. When it comes to this boat sum, there is speed of the boat in still water. Then there is speed of the stream. Then there is speed of the boat upstream and downstream. A phone, actually. Yeah. Yeah. So like that, you should identify the characters in the question. In this sum, it is. In this sum, 3 characters: diagonal, longer side, shorter side. Oh, yeah. So what I was trying to tell you is that sometimes we have information only for assumption. We don't have an information to construct the equation. So we are like, how to now construct an equation? That means there is some default connection between the 3 things. So here, what is the connection between the diagonal, length and breadth? Pythagoras theorem will connect it. Pythagoras theorem will connect it. So if nothing is given, that means there is already something that connects the 3 things in the question. So see here, the length of a rectangle, exceeds, that means it's more than, length is more than, length exceeds means length is more than its width by length is more than its width by 8 centimeters. So which is more? Length is more. Length is more. So length is what? Width plus 8. Yes or no? We should read and understand that. Who's more? Length is more. Length of a rectangle exceeds. Exceeds means it's more. Length of a rectangle exceeds, meaning length is more. So that means length is equal to W, width plus 8. So now call somebody as X. Anybody as X. If you call this one as X, width is X. So X plus 8 is equal to length. So length is equal to X plus 8 and the width is equal to X. Now area is given to you, 240 centimeters square. So how will you connect length, breadth and area? How will you connect? Length into breadth is equal to area. Length into breadth is equal to area. That's how you connect length, breadth and area. These are the 3 things. Width is breadth. Width is breadth. So we have length, we have breadth and we have area. How will you connect these 3? L into B is equal to area. Why L into B is equal to area? Because it's a rectangle. So suppose it was a triangle, then how will you connect area, base and height? Half base into height is equal to area. If it was a triangle, if it was a triangle, you would have assumed the base and height. Then you should say half base into height is equal to area. So depending on the figure. Okay. Do this.
Completed, ma'am.
Yeah. Done here also, all of you? See, children, every other sum I cannot write. We recall the method in which you have to split the middle term. So you need to, at least, I don't know how many of you worked it now. Did you all try that or you know it? So how do you do it? Let me see. X squared plus 8x minus 240 is equal to 0. What is the sum? Sum
Ma'am.
8. Product minus 240. 240. Now 240. Only prime numbers we'll have to use. You should use only prime numbers. You cannot use anything else. So what is 240 equal to? 2 into 2 into 2. How many twos? 4 twos. And 1 3 and 1 5. Correct? Now you should make groups. And you should get the sum as 8. You must get the sum as 8. So supposing you do this one and this one. So what is it? 8. And here it is 30. Correct? 30 and 8. But what will 30 and 8 give you? 38 or 22? Put in your mind. 30 plus 8 is 38. 30 minus 8 is 22. No, you want 8. You want 8 as a sum. So like this, you should keep going, children. Like this, you should keep going. Should make different combinations. You must get 8 as a sum. Forget the product. Product will happen. Forget the product. You should just work for the sum. You must make two numbers so that the sum is 8. So like that, when you make the combinations, you should hit like this. 2 to the 4, 4 5 is 20. And 2 2s are 4, 4 3s are 12. So it's 12 and 20. The numbers are 12 and 20. You should be able to find it. You should not miss any one number also here. Any order you multiply, get two numbers. Now 20 and 12 will give you 8. Now don't find any, no other pair will give you 8. This only, 20 and 12 only. So now you bring the numbers 20 and 12 here and fix the signs. The sum is positive. So you can't put a minus sign here. Because the greater number cannot be negative, then the sum will become negative. So fix the signs carefully. $20 and 12. How will you get 8? Only when you subtract. So that means the two numbers must have different signs. When both the numbers have the same signs, what will you do? You will add. When both the numbers have the same signs, you will add. But when both the numbers have different signs, you will subtract. So here they should have different signs. Only then you will subtract and you will get 8. So they should have different signs. And if while having different signs, the greater one cannot be negative, then you will get some -8. So this is plus and this is minus. Different signs, we will subtract and you will get 8. And greater number is plus, so plus 8. And the product will be -240. So this is splitting the middle term, or you should use the long division method. Sorry, the quadratic formula, where you should know the long division method to find the square root of the number under the square root. So this also is important. Now let's see how you can do maybe. Okay, let's try to find the square root of this big number. We are not doing this sum. We'll just see if we know how to find the square root. Okay. So 28164249. 28164249. Okay. Let's find the square root of this number. So how do we start? We start pairing from behind. From behind. 49421628. Now, what will give you 28?
5 5s are 20.
5 5s are 25. Okay, because 6 6 is 36. 6 6 is 36. That's more. So you can use only these products, or you can use 4 4s are 16. You cannot use regular numbers. You should use square numbers like this. So the closest is 5 5s are 25. This is the closest. And what's the remainder? 3 is the remainder. Then bring the next pair down. Double the quotient. Whatever you place here, place the same thing here. So if you place 3 here, you should place 3 here also. So what is it? 103 into 3. Multiply 103 and 3, not 53. 103 into 3. 309. Yeah, it is close. So 309. Subtract 7. Bring the next pair down. Double the quotient. 53. 53. Double it. 106. Whatever you place here, you must place the same thing here. Now, if you place 1 itself, it will become more. Because it's 1061 into 1, which is 1061. But the number is still less than that. You can't write even 1 here. Because 1061 into 1 is 1061, and this is just 742. So you must write a 0 here and a 0 here. What is 1060 into 0? 0. You must place 0 here and 0 here. So 1060 into 0 is 0. You should write that. That's a product. 1060 into 0 is 0. That's a product. Now subtract 742. Bring the next pair down. 49. Double the quotient. 1060. Whatever you place here, you must place the same thing here. And it's the last stage of division. And the number, it's the last stage. It ends with 9. So it can be 3 3s are 9 or 7 7s are 49, assuming that this is a perfect square. Otherwise, it will not work. If it is not a perfect square, you cannot get it. If it's not a perfect square, you cannot get 0 remainder. You will get some remainder. Now this one is a perfect square. I worked with the calculator. 281642. Yeah. All right. Now what do we? So you should either try 3 or 7, because see, only for the last step you can do this. Only for the last step, not for every step. Now since it's the last step, the number ends with 9, so it will be 3 3s are 9 or 7 7s are 49. So let's try 7. 7 and 7. So 10607 into 7. 7 7s are 49. 42, 7. Yeah. 74, 24 and 9. Remainder is 0. So the square root is 5307. So you should know this, children. So you can use the calculator, find, you can just put some number randomly like 9108 into 9108 and you'll get a product, right? You find the square root. Now you don't put 910 it as it is. You should work and get it. So practice like that. So this practice, if you do at home, in the exam it will be easy. Now, if you just leave it like this and the exam you try, you may go wrong or you may not get or you may have forgotten the method also. We don't know. So all those mistakes, falling down and all that you should do at home. Then in the exam, you'll always rise up and you'll be the winner. All right. So this one, children, I think you can complete this one at home. The perimeter of a right triangle is 60, hypotenuse is 25, find its area. I'll just get it started. You can complete this later. So it's a right triangle. It's a right triangle. It's a right triangle. Hypotenuse is 25. Okay, hypotenuse is 25. Perimeter is 60. Perimeter is 60. That means AB plus BC plus AC is equal to 60. Supposing AB is X plus BC plus AC is 25 is equal to 60. So BC will be equal to 60 minus 25 minus X. So BC is equal to 35 minus X. Perimeter is given. Perimeter is 60. So sum of the three sides is 60. You know only one side 25. The remaining two sides you don't know. So you call somebody as X. And find the other side in terms of X. So we called AB as X. And BC is 35 minus X. Pythagoras theorem. You will get X, then find the base and height. And then half base into height is equal to area. Or if you can do this even, you have to use X children because it's quadratic equation. You have to show an equation in X. You have to show an equation in X. But I'm just showing you this. So AB plus BC plus AC is equal to 60. AB plus BC plus 25 is equal to 60. AB plus BC is equal to 35. So what is AB? 35 minus BC. Or what is BC? 35 minus AB. So you can also write AB as what? 35 minus BC. What is AB? 35 minus BC. And take BC as BC itself. BC is BC. And AB is 35 minus BC. So you'll get a quadratic equation like B square and BC. The quadratic equation will be in B square, BC. Instead of X, you will have B square and BC. You'll have an B square term, one BC term, and the constant. But don't do like this because you have to show a quadratic equation in X or Y. You have to show a quadratic equation in variable X or variable Y or some variable. Okay, so please use X. I hope I've done it using X. Okay, use X. Okay, use X. All right, I have worked it like that, but please use X. I knew that. So in my working here, children, I have not used X, but you will lose marks. You should use X. You don't do this. So here, what correction should you do here? You call anybody as X. Supposing you, at this stage, if you call BC as X, then you will get AB is equal to 35 minus X. So what is BC? X. BC is X. And what is AB? 35 minus X. And then Pythagoras theorem. You will find the two values for X. Yeah. Then you can complete this. All right. Yeah. So just make this correction. Take somebody as X and find the other one in terms of X. And then Pythagoras theorem. All right. Yeah, take a picture of this one. Oh, okay. I'll send this.
Taken.
All right. All right, children. So that's it for today's session. Thank you so much. You may leave the call. Kindly share the question papers if you have finished an exam at school, exams at school. Thank you, children. Good night.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Good night. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.